Hey everybody, it's your girl Coco Kitten Bruja here, and I am back as always with another deck review. And this one is the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, the second edition by Rivera with the Rivera, with the artwork by Jasmine Becket-Griffith. Now, you guys know that for a while I was obsessed with this art style. I thought it was so cute and like semi-goth, like dark. And I was obsessed with it. So I grabbed a few decks that had this style in the oracle form. And I was like, hey, I'll have a tarot. So I looked it up, found it on Amazon, and which means it was under 30 bucks. And found the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll snatch this one up. And I definitely use this deck. They're very durable, so it doesn't really look like it. But this deck got some play from me. And I connected to it fairly well. It's a pretty cool deck. I don't use it as much now just because I have other decks that I have a stronger connection to. But let's dive in. First, it's a hinge box, but it doesn't go all the way. And I feel like it was smart to put about the author and about the illustrator here instead of putting it in the book because you want more info about the cards in the book. So you guys know I'm already happy, right? I'm already happy with this big ass guidebook. I like it. I like it a lot. So we have our dedication here, acknowledgements. Now look at that table of contents, baby. Each card has its own page in the table of contents. Y'all know I'm already in love, right? All of these different spreads you can use, right? This is a very, very dope guidebook, and it's in color. It's in color. You have your bonus cards here, and then like I said, every single card is broken down. I am here for it. So we go into the foreword, we go into the introduction again, about the deck. Then you have all of your spreads here. You even have a past life spread. That's real. That's deep, right? I don't plan on keeping this deck anymore, but I'm going to make a copy of this. Y'all know I really don't do spreads, but this is dope. I'm going to take a copy of this for my own records, but then we go into the major arcana. Now, you get a full page of the card. You have a quick message, your keyword, and then you have it's almost like the Fool's Journey right here. Then you have your upright meaning and your reversed meaning. Now, when I first got this deck, I was already using other tarot. So I had my base understanding of number 33. I had my base understanding of tarot. So I didn't really refer to this guidebook much. And I realized that this major arcana changes the wording of some of the cards, and we'll get to that in a minute. But you just go through and see all of these beautiful cards in the full spread here. And then you go into the minor arcana. And it goes and gives you a spiel about each suit. So you have the wands, and then you start the wands. And then you'll have this for the pentacles and so on and so forth. Now, I feel like when it comes to the minor arcana, instead of you having like the Fool's Journey here, it's pretty much giving a backstory to the imagery. Right? And then, of course, you have your upright and your reversed. And it goes on throughout the deck. I love the fact that, of course, the font is big enough to read with or without glasses. You have full color. You have the full card right there, so you know what you're looking at. You guys know this is hitting all of the points when it comes to me and what I like to see in a guidebook. So definitely high fives, 10 out of 10 on this guidebook, right? And then we have 2 bonus cards. we have You Are One, and then we have the Paranormal. And then we have notes section in the back. So they get a bit kudos for me just on the guidebook. I feel like this is one of those first decks that I received that got me obsessed with guidebooks, because it's like when I saw this, I kind of compared it to my other decks and was like, why don't more decks do this? So definitely love the guidebook. Love, love, love. But now let's get into the cards. So the box had to accommodate the guidebook, right? So it's kind of wonky. Like these little pieces right here can like come out. So what I normally do is just kind of tip the whole thing over. To get all of the cards out. But it's purple gilding. How adorable is that? I love it. And the cards themselves have like a matte, I guess you could say it's a glossy matte, because you get a lot more feedback than normal matte cards, but at the same time, it has that like matte feel to it. The cards are kind of big for tarot. They're more of an oracle size, but you know, it's tarot. And let's look at the imagery. So again, it's that big head, doe-eyed type of look to them. Not completely fond of the High Priestess, but you know, giving the nature of the artwork, it is what it is. There are no men really no men centered in these cards because of the art style. I do like the nod to deities when you start to look at some of the artwork like this. I like that she's holding a D&D die. So while the art is consistent, I do feel like it's kind of all over the place, because we have like references to Halloween, we have references to D&D, we have references to deities. This looks like an Alice in Wonderland reference, like, which maybe that works. I don't know. It kind of feels all over the place. It has never stopped me from receiving the messages that I needed, though. This feels like a Bridgerton reference. And if you haven't watched Bridgerton on Netflix, it's awesome. The Decadence. So again, this is what I was referring to when I said some of the cards have been changed. Some people who create tarot decks don't really like the Death card, the Devil card, and the Tower. They will sometimes change the name of it, and it will still carry the same type of message, but a little different, because they don't want to use Devil, Death, Tower. So the Death card would be the transformation card, which we know the Death card comes with rebirth, right? And then we have the Devil and the Tower cards. They changed it up a little bit, right? Let me know how you guys feel about this deck in the comments. Let me know how you feel. And then we have the 2 bonus cards. And then we get into our minor arcana. Just scroll through these a little bit. And we have our wands. And then our cups. She ain't fucking around. and then our swords. There are zodiac references in some of the cards. You guys have probably already seen that. But it's a lot. It's a lot. You can pull from the imagery. You can pull from the numbers. You can pull from the words at the bottom. I like this deck. I feel like this deck is cool. I don't like recommending any tarot to beginners who don't have the actual names of the major arcana on there. So I wouldn't recommend this deck to somebody who is new to tarot, because I definitely feel like you need the traditional names, and leaning more towards the traditional meanings. But definitely intermediate, advanced, expert level readers, cool. I feel like you can use this deck for a lot. I don't really see any hindrance in using this deck for any type of reading. Maybe not ancestor reading, but I definitely see this deck being used a lot of different ways. It's also a good supportive deck for other tarot if you use more than one deck in a spread like I do. Again, I don't have any problems with this deck, maybe outside of the size of it, but it's run its course for me. So it's not a deck that I plan on keeping. And I'll keep you guys posted on when my other decks will be on sale to get them out of my house. If you like this deck, don't like this deck, have this deck, please blow up my comments and let me know how you feel about it. If you are new here, hello. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and check out all of the other videos that I've done. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can definitely hit me up at cocokittenbruja.com. Hit me up across social media at cocokittenbruja.com. And as always, I'm sending you guys tons and tons and tons of love and light. And until next time, peace.